Welcome back to KSN News at 4. Just 5 days until Election Day. 3 out of 5 Sedgwick County commissioners fighting to keep their seats. We are joined by Jim Howell, who represents the 5th District, which includes Derby and Southeast Wichita. Jim is challenged by Democrat John McIntosh. Jim, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for
appreciate
having me.
your time. You were elected to the commission in 2014, and before that, you were a state representative. So tell us about some of your biggest accomplishments. I know there's a lot there.
Yeah, after 8 years of being county commissioner, there's really a lot to talk about, but I just like to highlight two. One of those was the MDL laboratory for COVID testing. Okay. Sedgwick County leaned forward and tried to get that established as quickly as possible to keep our kids in school and keep our businesses open. And in that process, I got the baton to ramrod that from the county commission. So I focused on that personally and very intently and got that open very quickly. And I think it really did a lot to save our community and really saved lives. The second thing I'd like to highlight would be the issue with our EMS. We know we had a really toxic situation, but I led on the issue of getting that thing addressed and getting it back on its feet. So again, two things I think to deal with public safety.
Let's look forward now. What do you consider some of the biggest issues facing Sedgwick County, and how would you address them?
Well, you know, one of the biggest things I think that really affects almost everyone in this entire country really it deals with this economy. And one of the things I would like to talk about is property tax. And it's a huge burden of people. We have, I think, exploding tax climate here across the country, but really in Kansas and even in Sedgwick County. We need to have more transparency, I think more awareness from the community exactly how taxes work. There are some opportunities in the state to see some tax relief, but we need to work with our state partners to get that done.
And let's talk a little bit more about the economy, because like you mentioned, it's not only a big topic nationally, it's a big topic locally too. What can you do as a commissioner to improve the economy in Sedgwick County?
Well, once again, I think that we need to, again, hold the line. I think there's some people I work with that believe that any problem is a county problem. We need to put up some guardrails to know that every problem really cannot be a Sedgwick County problem we would solve with taxpayer dollars here. We need to work with people, again, at the state level and federal level to understand the best place for problems to be solved. But within the local community, we have a zero-sum game of dollars. We have to be very careful with thinking that we can take on more and more and more. Our revenue streams are stretched thin, and we need to be very careful to just have an appetite for more revenue. We need to know what our job is and stick to our core functions.
So last year, a teenager died while in Sedgwick County custody. That story's been in the headlines for quite some time. What are you doing to make sure something like that does not happen again? And does the juvenile system need reformed, in your opinion?
The reason I'm a commissioner today is because of the Judge Riddell Boys Ranch back in 2014. I tried to save that ranch. Juvenile justice in our state has been a disaster early for quite a long time. And in 2017, they passed Senate Bill 367, which actually made things better in some ways and worse in some ways. I've been tracking this issue personally, and I actually wrote a bill, it was House Bill 2200 last year. I testified in favor of that. It addresses some of the issues that directly impacted the Sedgwick Lofton case. And there's a lot of things that bill does, I think, that need to be addressed in this community, but absolutely, juvenile justice is a big problem in our community. And things are actually, in many ways, have gotten worse. On paper, they may look better, but in reality, things are much worse. And it comes back down to what 367 actually did. It actually has pushed our criminal justice juveniles into the foster care system. As a consequence, neither population is really being serviced properly.
Okay, we got about 30 seconds left, and I have one more question for you. If you are reelected to another term, what is one thing that you promise to accomplish over the next 4 years?
Well, I love transparency. I've really pushed hard on transparency and availability. One of the things I would like to do is add a third opportunity each month for constituents to come and meet with me personally. I'm very, very available. I think at the end of the day, ethics needs to be tightened up in Sedgwick County. I'm focused on that. So transparency, availability, and ethics.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Howell.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time today. We're going to chat with your opponent, Democrat John McIntosh, in just a little bit. We'll be right back.